Carmen,
Hey.
so good to see you. Have you heard from Victoria's Secret?
Nope. Next year is another year. This year they didn't really acknowledge the whole story, and I think it's kind of I don't know. I think it's a little messed up for all these fans that came out and signed to not be acknowledged. But I definitely acknowledge them, and it's love, and I share that love right back with them. So I'm gonna definitely go for it next year.
For Victoria's Secret to not acknowledge the story, does that make you feel invisible?
No, because I'm pretty sure they heard the story by now. I'm definitely visible, but hopefully, I just think that I should approach them, like me personally, as an elite model applying for the position. I think that then, I think that would be more interesting.
Is that something you plan to do this year, next?
Yeah, I want to go next year because this year, I wasn't able to make it, but next year I'm definitely gonna apply. I'm definitely gonna go through the whole training and toning up and just perfecting my craft, and then I'm gonna go in there and audition.
You definitely caught the attention of Chelsea Handler. Let's hear what she had to say about you and the Victoria's Secret show.
Okay.
There is a petition online urging Victoria's Secret to include the first transgender lingerie model in their fashion show this year, and we actually have the model here to make a statement. Come on out.
Thank you all for signing my petition. And one day I have to be Victoria's dirty little secret.
I'm sorry to have to make you watch that, but how do you respond?
Ugh. Well, honestly, listen, I get comedy and I get having, I watch Chelsea Handler all the time. I get that she's sarcastic and stuff, but I just think that right now is not a good time to poke fun of trans people. We're still working for that respect. We're still working for equality and to be taken seriously. And I think that, that whole thing with the deep voice, the bulge and this and that, I just feel like it's corny. I think she could have came up with something a little bit more original. You know what I'm saying?
I do. You talked when you were transitioning about how coming out to your family was one of the most difficult things at all. How did they respond? Have they been supportive of you throughout this transition?
Well, honestly, I just transitioned. I didn't tell them anything. I ran away for 2 years because I was on tour with RuPaul's Drag Race and stuff like that. So it was when I came back, kind of almost near the end of my transition. And it was a little awkward in the beginning because I didn't know how it was going to be received.
Wait, just to be clear. So your mama is expecting a man to walk through the door?
No. I think my mom had an idea because she has Facebook, so she had an idea of what to expect. But, my personality had grown. Me as just an adult I was coming out of my shell. I was, a different person. So I don't know, it's a little awkward, but my family loves me, and they see that I carry myself with the same set of values that, the rest of my family does, and I respect myself. So I don't think that it was anything too hard to deal with. But yeah, in the beginning it was a little awkward, but they love me no matter what, unconditionally, and I'm so happy to have that love because I really need that,
I do. Did you get pushback from the drag community?
Not from the drag performers. I think some of the audience members are a little bit confused as far as what drag has evolved to. Back in the Shakespearean times, drag meant dressed as girl, male dressed as a girl. But nowadays it's an art form. It's a form of expression. It's not necessarily, I guess, there's no restrictions. You can there's drag kings, there's drag queens, there's folk queens. I mean, it's a show at the end of the day, and you express whatever art you want to express through song. So it's more like performance art. It's super open-minded. And I think that people at first were like, oh, well, now you're a woman, so, you're not really a drag queen anymore. But there's a big difference. When you perform in a drag show, I don't think your gender really matters or your sexual orientation. It's more about the show, the performance, what you're expressing, and that's pretty much it.
Carmen, you are gorgeous. I don't need to tell you that. I am not the first to tell you that. Do you make straight men uncomfortable?
I feel like if a straight man is uncomfortable with me, then maybe there's something that maybe he's not comfortable with himself, I think, or his own, I guess, sexual orientation. Because most straight men can say, you know what, I get to know you, I know your personality, I see you for the woman that you've become, and you've, made it from, I guess, point A to point B, and they can give me respect for that. But I feel like men who are uncomfortable with the idea of someone like me are just probably, they haven't necessarily explored their sexual orientation. I think someone that's secure in their manhood, a man that likes women, I think that they would understand that I am a woman now, and that's it. There's no looking back.
All right, Carmen, what's the biggest surprise to you of living your life as a woman?
Biggest surprise is that, I don't know. I guess, honestly, for me, the biggest surprise would be like the women's bathroom and how, like, I guess catty some girls could be. And I never realized that, because before I was always wanting to transition, but once I actually did, and I'm living my life as a woman, you get to know the female population and how they work and how they think and what they feel is acceptable and what's not. And it's really interesting. So I didn't realize how catty some women can be, I guess, but that's the life of being a girl, I think that was the most surprising.
All right, Carmen Carrera, it is so great to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, my love. I'll see you soon.